Hello everyone, I'm DragonLoon, and welcome back to another episode on Boppio. And yes, I learned how to properly pronounce it from the dev himself. If you joined me last time, we had gotten our first look into this wonderful, wonderful new 3D factory building game. Very similar to Factorio. In fact, the dev himself said that he took a lot of inspiration from Factorio, hence the look and feel of the game. However, this time we are going to be starting a brand new game. And oh yeah, by the way, if you take a look over here, there have been some changes made, such as this audio setting, which ironically was suggested by me, simply because my last playthrough, I had to edit the game audio during the editing process. This allows you to manually adjust your audio for yourself. So let's go ahead and get back in and start a brand new game. So that we can try and get further, as well as take some things that we learned last time and hopefully improve. So obviously the game is going to be DragonLoon again, so we'll start. And here we are, same starting location. I think maybe the resources might be a little randomized. In fact, let's go check. We have our stone over here, coal down here, iron right there, and if we come up here a bit, it looks like we have some more trees. Yep, we have our copper, stone, and over here we have some coal and some iron up this way. So yes, it is the exact same map. There is no random generation here. So let's go ahead and start. We are going to utilize this area right in here for all our manufacturing. So of course we are going to take our habitat, which can be gotten from the build menu by hitting E as always. And we are just going to put that down right there. Now, one thing that I did learn last time, which unfortunately is not very all that 100% evident, is the habitat does actually produce its own power, which I guess you could see right here by seeing the max output of 1,000 megawatts. So you can, in a sense, use the habitat to start automating the manufacturers, once you've researched those, mind you, to get things going from there. However, right away, the first thing that we are going to want to do, this is going to be a bit challenging. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to, because we're going to completely cover this patch of iron with miners. Let's go ahead and put a miner down on the iron and then run down over here. And we will say right there for copper. And then of course we want to also build a couple of smelters, and we will have the smelters. We'll have them going right here. We'll actually have two sets. We'll start right there, and we will for the iron, and we will start right there for the copper. All right. So first, we are going to need to harvest some trees. All right, and that gives us a stack of 40 wood. So we can right-click to split the stack, and then we'll right-click again to give us 4 stacks of 10. And we'll put each 10 in each machine, and that will start getting us some resource. So give me just a moment. All right, so I got myself 15 copper ingots and 25 copper ingots, because what we need to do is we need to go into our research panel, T as always, and start with the item transportation. That will allow us to start automating some of these processes. So we will do that. Now, to do that, we need 20 iron ingots and 10 copper ingots. So we'll go ahead and throw the iron and copper ingots in there, and that leaves us a little bit to be able to then produce another basic miner to start working on the coal. Now, to get this going, we are gonna have to slide down here. Or run. To get just a little bit of wood. Actually, no, we don't even need to do that. Ha 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 ha. Forgot. We can just go in here and we'll take the wood out of there and dump that in there to start the generation process. So then we're going to go back in here because the transport tubes, all the tubes anyways, whether it's transport or liquid, don't actually require any research or resources. So we'll grab this and we'll start here and we will go out to there, and then from there we will go over here to the basic furnace. And then from the basic furnace, we will go straight up to the basic miner over there, and that will start automating the iron. Now, we want to go ahead and set this furnace to only produce iron ingots, because we're then going to take our tubes and connect this miner over here with coal, and we'll set this one to only produce copper, so that the only thing going between the two tubes or two machines is coal. And then of course we want to connect this miner as well. All right. So now we're starting to produce iron ingots and copper ingots, and I am going to massively increase. See something? Okay. Delete that. Oh, it deletes the whole tube. Okay. So we'll just go straight in like that. Now I want to massively increase the amount of production that we have here. So give me a bit to get some machines up and running, and I'll bring you right back. All right, so I think I have enough coal being produced. We'll have to see. But I have a decent number of iron miners up here, which we are definitely going to have to expand. I have a decent number of copper or iron smelters over there, and decent number of copper smelters, copper miners, and a couple of coal, stone miners as well. I think that's pretty good to get going. So the first thing that we want to do is actually we want to make automated assembly. So for that, we're going to need to manually craft at least 5 copper wire and then dump in 20 iron ingots into our habitat. So we'll actually not do that, because what we're going to do, we're going to actually deconstruct our hab by right-clicking and then build it just a wee bit closer right there, so that we can then connect it to the network like so. So that we can then go in here, go automated assembly, start research, and it will automatically grab, if you look right here, you can see the iron ingots going through, and they will automatically fill in there. So all we have to do is make 5 wire. All right, and there we go. We're off and running. All right, and there we go. Our research is all complete. So in order to make these assembly machines, we are going to need logistic boards. We're gonna need 2 of those and 5 iron ingots. So what we want to start is mass producing these 3 things. So we're going to need at least, to start off with, 3 assembly machines, which means we need 6 logistic boards and 15 iron ingots. Well, I think we have the iron ingots. Yes, we do. And we will have to make logistic boards ourselves, but what we'll do is we'll start off by making 1 assembly machine to start making the copper wire for us and get that automated. So now, before I place this down, the other thing that we are going to need is we are going to need some wooden power poles. So we're going to need some wood. Luckily, we got some trees right here. All right. So the first place that I want to place this is actually going to be right here. Now I could put it right in line with this just to keep the transport tubes decently straight, but what I eventually want to do is I eventually want to have a filter between the assemblers and the smelters so that I can, you know, ensure that only specific items are going through the to the assembly machines. So for now, we will just put that down there like that. And then we'll set the recipe. Sorry, couldn't think there for a moment. Right there. And then we'll need to connect it to the logistics like so. And then we'll need to give it power, just like that. There we go. Now we are mass producing copper wire. The next step would be the logistic boards. All right, and I got enough copper wire out of this right now to start producing, or to manually craft our logistics boards so that we can make 1 machine to automatically craft our logistic boards for us. So we'll throw that down there. And then we will grab our tubes and we will connect, for now, that way, and like that, and then set this to making logistic boards. And then we scale it up on a massive scale. So give me just a moment. All right, so we are running into slight snag, and that is we do not have enough power. We need 1.6 kilowatts, and we're only producing 1 kilowatt. So what we want to do is let's remove that power pole to deactivate that, which will drop us down to 1.2 kilowatts needed. But we need to go in here and research power production real fast. So let's get that going. And because we have everything hooked up to the logistics network, it will automatically go in there. And in the meantime, we will continue to increase our production capacity. All right, and now we have our water pump, which is needed for power production, and our steam generator. Unfortunately for the steam generator, we need iron plates. So let's manually craft some iron plates, and then we will come over here, way over here, to the water, and we will start our steam production. We'll place the steam generator to start with right there. And then we need a water pump, and we'll put that right there and connect the two. Now, to produce steam, we need coal. So let's grab transport tube and connect those two up. Just like that. And here in just a little bit, we'll start getting some power from that. So in the meantime, let's run some power lines over to the rest of our network. And get that going, just like that. All right, and there we go. We're off to the races. All right, so let's take a look. Now let's go ahead and do the filter logic. And we also need to put down a assembler to produce the steel plates, or iron plates, excuse me. So now let's hook that up to the network. Just like that. And set iron plates. And now we're cooking. All right, and while we were doing that, we got our research done. So now we can put in some filters. Not that we really need to. So, I won't do that. Nope, we won't do the filters, but that does allow us to research the expanded storage. Unfortunately, we need steel plates for that. So let's go ahead and unlock the steel processing. All right, now we are going to want to expand out our automation here. But in order to do that, we're going to need some more power. So let's go ahead and make some more steam engines, but to do that we need more iron plates. So we'll make another steam engine right there, or two. Connect the water pipes, connect up the transport tubes, and then we should have enough power production for a while. Oh, that's cool. You can see the turbines moving. Oh, and we got our steel furnace done. All right, so for now, let's build a couple more machines here. Connect those up like that, and then that one's gonna produce iron plates, and that one's gonna produce logistic boards, and then we have a new resource, rubber, but to produce, or excuse me, rebar and steel. The rebar needs one steel and is made in the assembly machine. The steel is made in the steel processing plant, or a steel furnace. So let's grab the steel furnace and we'll put one down there. And then this needs coal and iron. Well, perfect. We put it right next to what it needs. So we'll do that. And then of course we will need to connect it to power. All right. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and just make a couple more. Oh, we can only make one. And it looks like we're running kind of low on our miner, on available iron. So let's build a few more miners. And connect those up like that. And get those going. Looks like we're doing pretty good on the copper for now, but we do need some more miners for that as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get the expanded storage going. All right, so I had to do a reload because the miner that was right here for whatever reason was grabbing stone instead of copper. So it's kind of clogging up the entire system. That, and when I removed it, a minor bug, which is currently being worked on, it causes the transport tubes to stay and not be removable. So I had to save, exit to the main menu, and reload. But now everything is working, or should be working. So we got our expanded storage. So for that, we need 10 logistic boards and 2 steel. So let's grab some steel. And we're going to put down a storage. Actually, we're going to put down a, what is this? Filter. We'll put it down right here. And then we'll put down a storage right here. Now, one question that did come up in the Discord was, which way do the sorters work? Meaning, which is the input, which is the output. So, for explanation, the side that the green block is on is the input. So this right here is the input, this is the output. And whatever you put in here will be sorted. Now, one minor hiccup, which the dev is working on and is aware of, if you set a filter prior to hooking any tubes up, it won't start filtering. You'll have to go in and reset the filters. So what we want to do is we want to hook up a tube there, and then a tube from this side there. Then we go in here and we want iron ingots to be sorted there. And of course we're going to need some power, so we'll put the power pole down. And that should start drawing in iron ingots now, with any luck, if we're producing excess. So to help speed that part along, we're going to deconstruct that and deconstruct that. And then we're going to connect those two. And then connect the storage there. Aha, there we go. All right, so things are starting to go through. And of course, it's not staying in there because we have it immediately connected to all the other pipes and tubes. So let's go ahead and do the same thing on this side. And we're gonna set that one to only accept copper ingots. And then we're going to put down another one right here. I wish we could, ooh, can't do that. All right, so we're just gonna have some spaghetti go in like that. And then we will deconstruct that one. And that way, the only thing that goes through those is going to be ingots. Ooh. But I just remembered these need coal, so we'll need another one right there. And we'll deconstruct that tube and go from here to here, and then from here to here to here. And we will set this filter for coal. There. All right, now we need one more filter. That's gonna be up here, and we will put it right there. That is going to be going from here to there, and we'll remove that tube there. And then from here to, wait, what? Oh. From there to there. There we go. And then this one is going to do iron plates, steel, logistic boards. I think that's it for now. Let's take a look. Steel logistic boards, iron plates. Ooh, we'll need coal. Logistic boards and steel and copper wire, concrete, Rebar. Ooh. We might have to have a couple of different filters. So for now, we'll go... What was it? Coal. And copper wire. There we go. Alright, so I'm running into a slight bug where connections are not appearing like they're supposed to. So, unfortunately, we are going to have to call it for the day so that I can report this to the developer. But next time, we will get into our chemical processing plant so that we can start getting into steel power poles, oil production, and eventually the space assembly. Yay! Alright, but for the time being, if you enjoyed this, make sure to smash that like button below, as it does really help with the YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more of this really, really awesome content. And as always, stay frosty out there.